Well, at least it kind of looks like the fucking picture after we get a new picture.
Yeah.
Now this picture is irrelevant. Oh, let me bring this in. Anything you need me to do, I can do it.
You good?
I'm saying once you get over there.
Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Bathas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk.
Mostly.
I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Brother Bill. How you doing, Bill?
I'm doing great, man. I'm feeling, I hurt my shoulder today. It was all sore and shit because I ain't stretched my podcast muscles in a while,
Yeah, I feel you, man. Yeah, it's been a minute since we've been out here on these podcast streets, but I appreciate you guys joining us tonight. This is our first time going live.
With the podcast,
yeah, with the podcast, yeah, for sure. Yeah, obviously, I'm sure you guys have seen us go live with the 9 Nerd Yards crew before, but yeah, this is our first time doing the DB Pod live. It's a very exciting show we got for you guys tonight. We're going to be talking about Gen V. We're going to be talking about Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly we're going to be talking shit, as always.
As always. What you got to realize, though, is some of us are some of you are watching us on Drunk Bathas channel, but some of you right now are watching us on
the Nerds at Night channel. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. If you guys haven't been paying attention, we got a new collaborative YouTube channel that we got with the 9 Nerd Yards crew. It's going to be more focused on live streams and like cool shorts, reaction videos. So definitely check that out. If that's more your bag than the long form video analysis or the Does It Hold Up episodes. Or if you're a fan of both, subscribe to both. Check us all out.
Yeah. I don't know how long this is gonna last. I mean, I don't know how long this episode is gonna be that we're doing right now.
Right.
But if you're watching on Instagram, pop on over and join us right now. Because like I said, we live
yeah.
in this bitch.
You can leave comments. We can see what you guys are talking about, what you guys have to say about these brand new shows. Yeah, how you been, Bill? This has been we've been a minute since we've shot the shit here on the Drunk Bathas podcast.
What do you mean? You know how I've been, man. You see me all the time. You saw me this morning. It was a struggle.
Yeah. It was a rough morning for you with the shoulder problems.
It was a painful fucking day, is what he's trying to say. But now I'm doing quite well. I won't say why, but I am doing quite well.
Yeah, there might be some influence there. But yeah, we're very excited to actually be sitting here talking about some nerd shit with you guys on the pod. I guess first we should talk about.
Yeah, man, I got drinks right here.
Yeah, we smoking, drinking, and chilling as usual.
Got the drinking and the smoking and some more drinking. We are good to go on the Drunk Bathas show.
I guess we should talk about the new The Boys spinoff TV show on Amazon Prime, Gen V. It's been 4 episodes that have come out since the recording of this episode. What did you think of just like the new show? Does it feel as good as The Boys? I mean, it's very early to say it's good or as bad as The Boys, but we're reactionary. That's what the internet does. We react.
The Boys.
How did you feel about it?
See The Boys. W-E-D.
Boys. W-E-B The Boys. You
like that?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Man, I like it so far. I think it's a great show. Is it the same? I mean, do I compare it to The Boys? I'm trying not to. Because they're two really kind of different shows. It's like most of the people involved in the show involved in The Boys, most of the characters involved in The Boys, they're just interested in themselves. You know what I'm saying? They're already cynical. They're already they're basically already conformed to the way things are. But these kids, they're not cynical yet. They hadn't seen enough tragedy. Like when what's his name? Sonny Boy?
Oh yeah, Golden Boy.
Golden Boy. I'm gonna call him Sonny Boy because his mama call him Sonny Boy.
Sonny Boy.
Sonny Boy, man, he blows himself up, but they do that flashback where he sees his brother punch through the dude's stomach up through his sternum into his throat. and out his head.
Oh, yeah,
out his mouth.
Gross.
But he act like he ain't never seen nothing like that before. I'm like, well, you don't know what spinoff you coming in from? You coming in from The Boys, dog.
You didn't see season 3 of The Boys? That shit was raw.
You didn't see season 1, dog? You need to come on, bro. You got to do better. You didn't see that whale get blown up? Like, I mean, come on.
And you know what's funny? I just noticed this because I looked up Golden Boy. There's no way he's not related to Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, I had no idea.
That's his son, man.
That's pretty crazy.
His legacy.
Yeah, he's a pretty good actor. And I also enjoyed this show, or at least like the first 4 episodes. It's really interesting. It's definitely got that edgy, unexpected vibe that Boys always brings to the show, but it also has that little bit of like teen drama-esque vibe of it. You know, it's not drama. As mature. I mean,
bopper bullshit.
Yeah, the problems
will they or won't they? I want them to they. I don't know what that means. It might be the influence.
Yeah,
I haven't even started drinking.
It's an interesting show. I like how, like, since the problems that they're dealing with are innately going to be different because they're younger people. It's the stakes and the tone feel a little bit different.
Absolutely. Excuse me. I don't know if I just spit into the microphone. That was weird sounding.
Now, do you dig this like mystery box of like the woods and this conspiracy that needs to be unraveled? Do you like how that's unraveling a little bit?
What's in the box?
Sean Patrick Thomas is apparently
you said
that
mystery
guy.
Box, but what's in the box?
What's in the box? It's Gwyneth Paltrow's head, obviously.
That's gross. I mean, I know that's what's in the box. That's gross. You just said, I mean, that was gross. It was nasty.
Yeah.
What's in the box? What'd you say? What was the question?
Do you like how the conspiracy is like sort of unraveling about the woods and
has it though?
Seedy.
Has anything unraveled? I feel like nothing happened after the second episode, really.
I mean, yeah, like we get they find out that the woods is a place. Like these come out in drips over the episodes. I can't remember what episode divulges what, but they find out that the woods is a place. And then another episode, they find out that the woods is actually underneath the school. They send homegirl, the girl who can get small, which I really like that actress. She's been really good. She sneaks in, and then her and homeboy escape. And now we find out dude's dad knew about it the whole time.
Yeah, that part's fucked up.
It's escalating,
No, I mean, for me, I guess it's not fucked up. It's like, for me, they're the ones figuring all this out. We already know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean,
we already know Vaught's fucked up. Mm-hmm. We already know not to trust Vaught. These kids don't know that clearly. They're at a Vaught university in which they learn Vaught things and base their lives off of Vaught rankings voted on by Vaught chairman. And I think one woman was on there too.
Got to keep it diverse by having that one woman there.
Exactly, and one black guy.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there was one black guy at that table,
but no Mexicans. This is got to only have one dark person on the board at a time. But yeah, I do like because these are teenagers. It is more focused on that social media aspect, like you mentioned, with like the rankings, obsession with social media, the clique nature of it's like you're gonna hang out with these people because they're cooler and they can bring your ranking up. But it's like now it's like to an even bigger degree, or even I guess like kind of the same as colleges. You join this fraternity, then that gives you like a pipeline into these jobs or what have you. Or you join this organization, it sets you up for life. It's a lot of pressure for these young kids.
A lot of pressure. What
did you think of Marie's power before we because I'm very curious of what you thought of like the blood power.
So when I first saw the character, I was like, man, that's the girl from the poster. She got that blood power. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, that's blood power girl. Then I saw her like get the power, like use the power, or when she found out she had the power, I was like, oh, it's gonna be blood. Like I was like, she got her period. So when she got her period, I was like, oh, that means they're gonna go there with that. You know what I'm saying? That's how she learns her powers now.
Right.
Killing her parents, that to me was just a reminder that I was watching the Boys spinoff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Her parents immediately died. I was like, oh yeah, that's typically what happens when they find out they have powers, huh?
Yeah, typically.
There should be a mom or a dad that made it and their kid is famous. Like Queen Maeve's parents should show up and her dad's just got a mechanical arm or some shit.
Right.
Because he's like, oh yeah, she ripped that off in 96. Yeah. It was fine though. Everything's fine.
Everything's good.
It doesn't matter.
None of this matters.
So yeah, I feel like that's what happened. By the way, I'm just a little tad bit distracted because I'm inviting people to the chat. If you want to join the chat, you have to be my good friend of mine. So you that being the podcast. If you want to join the podcast, you have to be a good friend of ours. If you want to put things in the chat or join us, you know what I'm saying? Do it. Get up with it. We are here.
We are out here officially now because I'm a big old dum-dum and I forgot to set this as public until this very moment.
So hey,
hey, welcome. We have been recording the whole time, so you will be able to watch the full version on the channel later on. But welcome to the Drunk Bathas podcast. Again, we're talking about Gen V and Loki, but we're focusing on Gen V right this second. Feel free to put it in the comments. If you guys want to talk about how much you guys have been enjoying these shows. But yeah, I definitely thought that the opening scene with Marie was super rad. They sorry, I'm looking at other comments. But yeah, I just thought the opening was super rad, super unexpected, and very tragic. Like it was a huge shift that I wasn't really expecting, but I guess I should have expected because, like you said, it's the boys.
It's the boys. W.E. Du Bois.
W.E. Du Bois. Famously a superhero TV show. But yeah, a lot of things going on with this episode. I also, like you mentioned, Golden Boy, how he just like kind of murders Ironside at the beginning of the movie. What did you think of, like, I guess, his suicide at the beginning of the episode? I guess that's kind of like a big moment thing.
Who killed Ironside?
Oh, that's his. Oh, actually, I'm getting him confused with a different voice actor, Clancy Brown.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Virgil from Mighty Max. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's right. He was Virgil. Holy shit.
No, he wasn't Virgil. He was.
Was he not?
Virgil was the bird.
Oh yeah, Virgil was the bird, and
Norm.
Yeah, Norman. God damn, Mighty Max, man. I can't wait for an excuse to talk about.
That's why y'all come here, man. Look, we gotta buy it on like DVD or some shit from Japan, if I'm not mistaken. I've looked into it.
Yeah, right.
I've looked into it.
The best ones are always so hard to find.
Like that Alien movie, we can never remember the name of it when we get on stream, but then we remember it later, and then we're like, damn, I forgot the name of that.
That would have been cool.
That would have been cool if I remember it. Still don't remember it, by the way.
Still don't remember.
It was on WB. Turn off your Wi-Fi on your phone.
Okay. But was there anything else about it's not on. Is there anything else that you want to talk about Gen V before we move on? Because it's a crazy show, but we could probably
well, what was your favorite moment in Gen V so far? My favorite moment in what was your favorite moment in Gen Z so far?
No, yeah, but probably my favorite moment, which is gonna sound very weird because it's not like an action scene or a super surprising scene, but just the way that the scene was shot, where she had her like big interview on TV. Because the way that they set it up, they really did a good job of not letting you know what she was gonna say when she got on camera, because she could have gone with like telling the truth about Jordan, or she could have gone with lying and going along with this Vought plan. And because things were just like rocking her so much before she actually got on camera, dramatically, he was like, I could see her going either way right now. I could see her reacting either way, and Definitely. Usually showed you know exactly what they're gonna do. But I thought that was really well played.
My favorite part was when old buddy, young Polaris.
Oh yeah.
He went downstairs and trying to find out where Sam was. And Sam Wise, somebody cut that dude's throat. I can't remember who cut that dude's throat. Like one of the security guards.
Oh yeah, it's straight slit his throat.
Oh no, it was one of the. Oh, I know. Okay, so look, when they went down the stairs,
yeah,
and then the janitor was down there, and young Polaris is like, "Oh shit, almost got called by the janitor." And then the janitors see the fucking soldiers coming out with somebody, and they were like, cut that nigga's throat, left him laying there, and then they got the other motherfucker, and they were like, "What are you gonna do with him?" Let Gary clean it up.
Like, ain't that some shit?
I was like, "Yo, Gary, fuck everybody." And then Gary's the one who had his ear hole got fucked.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
that was Gary. A nice recurring joke because there was even a moment earlier where the dean of the school was just like, "What's up, Bob?" He's like, "I'm Gary."
Yeah.
Gary was getting the shit like the whole time until he. Yeah,
it's like everybody actually knew his name, but they just kept saying it wrong.
Yeah,
it was like,
you got no respect.
Fuck you, Gary.
R.I.P. Gary, and fuck you. But yeah, I guess we can move right along. Yeah, if you guys have seen Gen V, you got some thoughts about the first 4 episodes, please let us know in the comments. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it?
Did you play a drinking game every time somebody said fuck?
But yeah, I guess we should move it right along to one of the most anticipated shows of the year for so many reasons. Loki season 2, Aurora Borealis.
Ouroboros. Don't be disrespectful. Ouroboros is funny, sweet man.
Oh yeah. So what did you think of this new episode?
Why are you asking me? Oh, you're asking me because they want to know, right?
Yeah, people want to know.
Well, I loved it, man.
Yeah,
it was fucking great. It was so great to the point where I was asking myself, and I may have asked you this too, like, why is this so much better than everything else? Like everything else has come out. Why has this been so much better than the rest?
Yeah, it is a weird thing when everything is just so like mid to not good, especially on Disney Plus, where you turn something on and it's like, wait, I'm enjoying this, like sincerely from the jump.
Like I'm not gonna hold you because like I love this shit. I really think I love this shit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I felt, man. I felt like I have the answer for why it was better, but you were saying about how you felt about it.
No, yeah, I think that it is just because the writing is so much better. Like it was such a breath of fresh air watching this and seeing all the zaniness and the creativity that they put behind the technology. It's not just enough to just have a bunch of monstrous things because like we live in the age of CGI. You can create anything in a computer.
Scary.
But how are you gonna apply that in your story? How are you gonna make it seem fresh and new? And Loki, it felt like they haven't missed a beat with this new season.
It's because they never slow down. You know what I mean? Like they left on a pretty serious cliffhanger. You know what I'm saying? Like left it wide open.
Yeah.
I am not shocked that they didn't take Jonathan Majors out of this television show or try to revamp it or try to like edit him down out of it. You can see him everywhere. You can see his face everywhere. Like clearly they've shown you that's changeable.
Okay, so I haven't watched any of the trailers, so he's very prominent in the marketing. And
no, stuff. you saw. No, I'm talking about you saw him everywhere.
Oh yeah, they definitely still have his face up. Yeah, it's not like
And
it's not Michael B. Jordan's face up everywhere or something like recast him or something strange.
Yeah, and we don't have to see the trailers. Like you saw, like you've seen something from it, and those scenes from like those small bits that I'm sure you've seen. They have them in like they show the old timey look, and we remember you did see that.
Yeah, the post credit scene from was it Quantumania? The post credit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So you saw him, and there's this character who goes back in time to try to figure out. So clearly, that's going to be a part of this series because this is the motherfucking time police, man. Remember the time police and Rick and Morty?
Just Key and Peele.
I don't know if they were like testicles that had been ripped from the body and they were walking around talking upside down, or if they were brains.
Is that the highest evolutionary being as a fucking
king like motherfuckers?
Yes, it was very strange. But yeah, luckily the TVA does not look like that. They're not all weird and gross.
No, yeah, you know what? And also, man, this is the perfect picture right here. And when and it's frozen on the scene where Ouroboros and B-15 and Owen Wilson's character, I don't even remember his name.
Yeah, me
and either. Loki are all standing there looking at the awe-inspiring amazingness, awesomeness of the fucking universe splitting off into shreds, many strings of tendrils, tendril times, Tommy tendrils. Say that 10 times fast and record it and send it to me on Instagram. I'll give you a t-shirt.
I can't even say it once.
Right. But yeah, no, when I was looking at that scene and they had that shot, like all of them people could win an Oscar. Like all of them people are like
just
phenomenal
off of that
actors.
shot. Yeah.
They're just all phenomenal actors. So I would say that must have something to do with it.
Yeah, it's definitely
your supporting acting has to be phenomenal for you to pull off these child fairy tales. These children fairy tales that we're watching as adults.
Yeah, and even to your point, it also just looks really cool. Like it's just shot so much more interestingly than some other TV shows. It's just got like a little bit more. Hey, what up, Nine? Yeah, like it's just shot so much more.
I got to do that.
Our first comment. What's up, fam? Yeah, like this, it's just shot way better than your average TV show. And again, they have a lot more creativity behind like moving the story along and influencing the story with the special effects. Speaking of which, it starts out with Loki kind of hopping back and forth in time in the TVA, which we didn't really think was possible because the time doesn't really move the same in the TVA.
It's not possible.
Mentioned. But I guess it is more linear than we originally thought. What did you think of this whole scene with Mobius? Remembered his name, and Loki.
Mobius, Ouroboros, and Loki scene deserves an Emmy. Hands down. That was probably the greatest introduction to someone to a brand new character that didn't exist in the first season, and give his exposition for why we didn't see him in the first season.
Right.
And also it pertained to what we are dealing with in that moment. It was a great, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way to write this. It was amazing.
Yeah. It was so well done. And you can tell how, I think that these, I think they are writers of, it was created from a writer of Rick and Morty. So it definitely has that vibe of poking fun at the silliness of sci-fi,
right?
But still making it feel logical and sound, and it gets you all wrapped up in it. And may I say, Ke Kwan, some of the best hair in the biz, man. My God, he's such a joy to see him on camera and acted his ass off, being really fun. What did you think of Obi in this, specifically his character? And there's how he seems like he's going to be around most of the season, right?
He might be the most important character in this show. And I'm not just talking about his storyline. I'm definitely talking about his acting, and his character in general is just, it seems like his character is going to be pretty tied into what's going on. If he's the only one he's going to be the new Miss Minutes, apparently. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because he's the maintenance man, I guess, and in this world,
he's
world
the maintenance.
Chaos
Yeah, he's a man. He's a maintenance man. Apparently, it was always chaos, right? Like it's just always management,
right?
And they somehow lose their memories. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they established that this episode, like their memories are being wiped,
right?
Because there's no reason for them not to remember him in the future. I mean, in the past, when he's already been there and he caused so much damage.
Mm-hmm.
How would you not remember that? Or how would you come to, the present when young woman Loki sent him over?
Right.
Then, why would they not know who you are?
Right.
They should know who you are still.
Yeah.
Unless their minds were wiped by he who shall not be named remain.
Yeah, he was that's an interesting aspect of just like we got once again a little bit of a conspiracy to unravel, not so much why, because we know why the he who remains would do some things like this, but how?
No, man. Tell me why.
And yeah, like I did like the reveal of just like him taking the what's it called?
Knife?
Staff?
Little knife? What are you doing? You stabbing somebody.
What do you call it when they? Oh yeah, they prune you.
Yeah. The pruner.
Yeah, when he did that to reveal the Jonathan Majors faces, the Kang faces, that was pretty rad. I was like, oh shit, there's some time dilation going on.
Yeah, man. I was like, yo, this whole show is about to rock people's nuts, because I'm pretty sure I already predicted it was going to be great. Not really. I don't feel like I was jumping out on a limb with that one, but I think people have kind of felt that way just because there's a lot of uncertainty in where they're going with everything. So yeah, I think it's gonna be something. It was crazy that Obi.
Yeah, it's crazy that Obi started remembering things once Loki seemed to went to the past and talked to Obi. Yeah, that was a cool thing. That also felt very Rick and Morty-esque, where like you don't remember something until you go back in time and you do the thing, and now you remember it.
That's interesting.
Pretty cool.
Because I like how it was fucking with Obi. Like Obi is like, huh? He's at one point he tells him, that's impossible. He's just
Mobius.
Mobius is like, but you just saw it happen. He's like, yeah, I'm having trouble reconciling with
that. yeah, that was really great.
And then he goes back, they go back to the past OB, and then he's just like, oh yeah, I'm having trouble reconciling with that. Like, the OB don't change over 400 something years, which is probably actually longer. If OB actually remembers 4 years and everybody's been getting mind wiped, it's probably been longer. Or what do you think? Is it the fact that he's not ever around to see nothing, that they never have to wipe his mind because he don't ever know nothing anyway because he works nonstop?
Yeah, I think that might be the latter. Like, since they had to go to great lengths to even go down there, that maybe he was just sort of forgotten about. He missed the mind wiping.
No way Kang forgot about him.
I mean, well, that's famous bad writing option, is that your main character forgets about shit.
Well, yeah,
so hopefully that's not the case.
They do say that, like, well, this isn't a Kang flaw necessarily, but they say that Thanos' biggest flaw was that he always would set something up for him to get caught. Like, he always had an opening that he just would almost blatantly dismiss.
Right.
It would go through the cracks, and then the Avengers would beat him. Like every time.
Yeah.
Like, we beat you.
It's like the Death Star button. It's like, you keep building the Death Star with that explode me button.
Yeah. Just keep putting it in the same spot.
But yeah.
Didn't they do that in the the sequels?
It was a Death Star thing, but they
They
even had the scene where they were just like, I mean, it's a big Death Star, but there's got to be a way to blow it up, right? It's yes.
We actually have someone who has the code. Surprise, surprise.
Right. Yeah.
Goddamn. But there is no reusing and rehashing on this show, man. What were you gonna ask me to do? What were you gonna ask me? You was gonna ask me something.
I was gonna ask you if how did you feel about Sylvie? Because it does seem like we got her at the end of this episode where she's in, I guess, 1977 McDonald's. She wants to try everything. It seems like she still has all her memories, and she's still the same. Oh, and actually, before that, we do see her for a second, right? She
so when Loki goes into the future on accident, or I guess he's doing it all on accident, right?
Yeah.
When Loki goes into the future, he has to run to try to get it to prune himself, but he runs out of time and can't find any prunes to prune himself with. And then he, while walking down this long hallway, hears a phone ringing, and he goes towards the phone. And for some reason, when he thinks about answering the phone, the elevator starts opening, and it's Sylvie. And she says, "There you are." The question is, was she talking to him, or was she talking to the person who was behind him that pruned him? I personally think he pruned himself.
Yeah, that was in a little future. Right. That would make sense. That would be cool, because it's like he maybe goes back in time to prune himself to make sure that he's able to do the stuff that they did with Morbius and the big
do.
That was a popping noise.
Yeah, it was a popping noise, boy.
But there was definitely really interesting with all that, like at the end, because there's a lot of question marks of what exactly happened. But I'm sure it's going to be answered in a really interesting way, like you mentioned. Like, we're gonna have this whole episode where Loki has to get to that point, and maybe Mobius is the person who's bringing the phone so he can get Loki's attention. I can't wait to see the episode that ties all that shit together. That's gonna be really cool.
Yeah. What'd you think about McDonald's?
Oh, love McDonald's. And maybe no, honestly, it did make me think.
Chop that up, and it's gonna be terrible.
It did make me think of it just made me feel really nostalgic. It made me think of McDowell's, actually. I Googled McDowell's immediately after
I love it.
I saw that. Oh yeah, here it is. Here's 9 with the background producing.
What would you like?
Not squirrel, not possum, not rats. Something that's already dead and nothing with a face. Please.
Please.
Well, you can try our new chicken McNuggets, and we have a Big Mac.
I love that. It's like, well, we actually have a lot of options that aren't any of that gross shit you mentioned.
Yeah.
We have food here. Which is, I guess, a cool character moment for her, because you see, that must be what she's been eating the past however long she's been gone.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Anybody don't want to hear this, mute your phone, mute your TV for a second. But we see her in an outfit later on in this season. At some point in the trailer, we see her in a McDonald's outfit, if I'm not mistaken. So not only did she like the food, the bitch got a job there. She don't never want to leave Oklahoma. I think that's where it was, Oklahoma.
Right.
She don't never want to leave, which says a lot about her more than, or maybe the place she is in her life, than it does about Oklahoma. We love Oklahoma. Shout out to all.
Great musical.
Shout out to all of Oklahoma. I don't know any cities other than Oklahoma City, but shout out to all.
Hey, yeah, shout out to the whole state. And yeah, I think you like you said that it's good that her being dressed up in McDonald's uniform costume.
You do this.
Is gonna.
What is this?
I don't know.
This sometimes. See, you just did it now. That's great,
man.
I just love it. I just love it.
What do I do with my hands?
What do? You just juggle titties. Is what you do.
I think we had a really good race tonight. Everybody raced good. Everybody did good.
It's like, sir,
I don't know
what's wrong with your hands.
I don't know what to do with my hands. But yeah, I do think that her being dressed up like that is gonna sort of speak to her last line there. She said, "I want to do everything." Where I feel like in a person who has done so much, gone like multiversally traversed. Yeah,
not a person.
Yeah,
a god.
A god. Maybe doing everything means kind of doing nothing. It's like I want to get a normal ass job at McDonald's, watch fucking Magnum PI, and eat McNuggets.
Have sex with a black guy
till I fart. Yeah,
have sex with a black man. Fucking eat pizza.
Yeah, all these great things.
Maybe have sex with a fat. Maybe have sex with a fat black man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
maybe do it all at once. Yeah,
orgies.
I want to go see Star Wars. It's the 70s, right?
Dude, I don't think I could go. You know what I mean? Let's say we went back in time and we watched Star Wars. Mm-hmm. I don't think I can go.
No?
Yeah, because I know how everybody's gonna be when they come out. And I would be upset because I would be like, damn, these people were normal. Look at how normal they were before this movie.
Before Star Wars.
Yeah. Look at these. There was some people going to go to college. And they didn't go to college because they thought they was going to be a motherfucking Jedi one day.
So you naive fools. You have no idea what the next 40 years of your life
serious.
is
It's like people who fell in love with Star Trek when it came out. They were like thinking, there's going to be peace on Earth one day. Like, no, there's not, dog. There's no technology that fixes people hating people all the time, man. But people aren't mostly good and people aren't mostly bad. There's just people who are mostly both all the time.
Yeah. That's the duality of man, and unfortunately Vulcans aren't about to come down from the sky and save us.
Save us, Vulcans. Save us.
But I wouldn't be mad if one of the things that Sylvie does is goes to see Star Wars at the movie theaters.
There ain't no Star Wars movie theater playing. There ain't no movie theater in Oklahoma playing Star Wars. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Show me the documents before I can believe that.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, cheers, big ears. So yeah,
this is the drunk band.
What else is on docket?
That is pretty much it. We talked about Gen V. We talked about Loki. Guys, put it in the comments if you guys have any thoughts about Loki or Gen V, where you think the show is going to be going from here, and what shows you're excited about, that's coming out this year. What do you want us to talk about? Like Invincible, the new Scott Pilgrim TV show, Three Body Problem. Yeah, let us know. Let us know in the comments.
Also, I think this is a good time for us to try to explain just exactly why we're streaming on 2 channels at the same time.
Okay.
So we just started this new channel with the 9 Nerd Yards. It's called Nerds at Night.
Nerds at Night.
And so, as y'all know, we ain't been doing the podcast for about a month. So we wanted to make sure we can keep bringing you the podcast. We're going to do it live. So because we don't really have time to do it like we've been doing it. But that's because we're doing so much other content for you guys. I'm over there on Nerds at Night, and Alex is helping us with some, content and moral support as well. And then from 9 Nerd Yards has helped us produce the Gotham Gazette. Check out the Gotham Gazette on Nerds at Night. Check out Blake from Unfiltered Bachelor. Check out Producer T. He over there. I know KirstYn's going to be doing something. Jeff's going to be doing something. We got everybody doing something over there at Nerds at Night. So please, if you support this channel, go over to that channel and show us some love as well.
Everybody love everybody.
And we got on Drunk Banthas. Does It Hold Up? We got a lot of Does It Hold Up coming up.
Definitely got a lot of Does It Hold Up episodes coming out. It's the spooky season. It's Halloween, so we just had the Lost Boys episode drop. We're gonna have Pitch Black coming out next week. And on the day before Halloween, we are dropping our episode of Bones. And those are all going to be with the 9 Nerd Yards crew. So if you love 9 Nerd Yards, you're going to love those episodes for sure. We also got some episodes, some Thanksgiving episodes, Christmas episodes. It's going to be a lot of fun, honestly. Well, we got some new guests that you haven't seen before.
Yeah.
So keep your ears to the ground. We got some cool shit coming out soon. But here, let me make sure we don't have anything else to talk about here. Yeah, I think that's everything.
You know what? It's good to write stuff down.
It is good subject. Oh wait, you know what? I'm going to mention one last thing before we get out of here. We are going to be doing some giveaways for as well for the next couple of months, giving away comics, T-shirts, all kinds of cool stuff, all kinds of nerdy shit that you can swag around with your pals. And
what kind of comics are they, may I ask?
Oh, well, we're going to be giving away Invincible comic books. We're going to be giving away Sweet Tooth comic books. We're going to be giving away some Fantastic Four comic books. Yeah, that's right. We're going to be giving you guys some sweet, sweet content.
And all I have to do is subscribe and like and comment on a YouTube video of yours.
That's all you have to do. We're going to give you more details on the next episode of the podcast on exactly how you can win these specific doodads.
I know the only way that you can win is all free.
It's all free.
That means you don't pay for anything and you get the love of us and a T-shirt. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. You get T-shirts and love. Like that's a twofer that you can't put a price on.
Wow,
because it's free. But guys, thank you for listening to Drunk Bathas podcast. We do this every once in a while, so go ahead and leave a like and subscribe so you can get updates on new videos. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Twitter, IG, TikTok, Google Podcasts, all the internet things at the Drunk Bathas. Until next time, stay safe, my little Obies, and may the force be with you.